Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos every week. I say I post videos twice a week. That is on Wednesdays and on Fridays. So don't forget that. And I hope that we are still participating in the Stories of Resilience campaign. They're stories that are meant to build us. They're meant to see our response towards HIV and AIDS on matters of stigma and how we have been able to come out strong and handle ourselves despite being in the field and fighting against HIV and AIDS. So today I also want to tell you a story, and that is why I started with I hope you're participating in the Stories of Resilience campaign. So a lot of people on social media, especially when you decide to live your life using your story to encourage people, and you're doing it on social media, and especially now that I am doing the I Am a Beautiful Story campaign on my social media platforms, a lot of people end up I can call it crossing the line if I am not wrong, but they cross the line somehow. And people on social media always think that just because you're doing something, then you're probably feeling less, not a human being, and they can bully you. And even someone the other day asked me, do you get bullied on social media? And I told them, yeah, I do. And it's just that I always tend to delete those comments and block the people because, yeah, it is what it is. So someone the other day on Twitter asked me a question that, madam, can you unaweza ukazaa mtoto? That is how they asked me, because it was in Swahili, and in English it's loosely translated to, can you give birth? So I told him this question is very offensive in very many ways and mean, but he still did not see the meanness in that question, because you cannot just ask someone, can you give birth? The things we even say that in 2020 we're not touching people's job status, financial status, child or marital status. Even if it is stinging your tongue, don't do it. Don't cross those borders. So a person like me, and that is why I say that if resilience was a person, then I would be that person. A person like me, I have gone through 2 miscarriages. It is not a story that I talk about a lot. I've done, I think, a story about that on my social media once or twice, if I'm not wrong. But you see, a lot of people don't see that. The miscarriage has nothing. They don't have anything to do with my HIV status. It's just that the body rejected both babies, and there is nothing I could do about that. So when you start asking such questions before you type, always remember that you're typing to a human being who is running that account. Unless you are typing to a pseudo account, then for a pseudo, I'm not encouraging people to be mean on social media, but always remember that if there is someone running that account, that someone is human. So let me tell you my story of resilience. So the first time I became pregnant, I was 22, and I basically did not know I was pregnant. There's another time I was arguing with my friend, and we were listening to this story of a girl who discovered she was pregnant at 5 months, and he was like, how does that happen? And I'm like, yeah, it happens. So I only came to discover oh god, the kissy in me just decided to show up. So yeah, I only came to discover I was pregnant when I was 5 months. 3 months, and that is when I got shocked. Of course, the first time, and by that time I was not even I had broken up already with the person who was the supposed baby daddy, and so things were like, so things were all over the place. We had not talked, so I was like, how do I show up to a person 3 months later and tell them, hey, that sex we had like 3 months back, I kind of think that I am pregnant. It doesn't happen like that. So I basically, at first I didn't want to tell him, and I even thought, how about I just terminate this baby, because I'm 22, I cannot even take care of myself. How am I supposed to take care of a baby? I am just a college student. How am I supposed to tell my parents, hey dad, hey mom, I am pregnant, those whole thoughts that come. So after that, I kind of at some point I started now. Some friends told me, no, just tell the guy you're pregnant, and you can talk from there. So I sent him a text, hey, we need to talk. I will never send that text again in my life, never, God forbid. So that was the first time I sent it, and I am never sending it again. So I said, we need to talk, and he did not reply. So I was like, okay. And then I stopped trying to reach out to him, because every time I tried to reach out to him, he was all over the place. So I said, you know what? He knows I am pregnant, and now it has to reach a point where I have, this is a child, and pregnancy is like a cough. It is not hidden. So even my mom at some point was like, by the way, you are gaining weight. And I told her, it's just the chips that I am eating lately. Too much French fries. So month 4 came, and towards the 5th month, it was, I think, towards Christmas. No, it was actually on in December. It was in 2014, 2015 thereabout. So we went for Christmas. It was just me and my parents that Christmas. My other siblings, I don't know where they were actually. So my dad used to work in this hotel in Naivasha, so we actually went to celebrate Christmas there with him. And then that was on 26th, on Boxing Day, was the day I had a miscarriage, and I did not know I was having a miscarriage. So what happened is, I woke up in the morning, I had like cramps. So I texted a friend of mine who was also pregnant at the same time, and I asked her, are you feeling weird? Have you ever felt weird, And she's like, no, nothing. I'm just normal. So I told her, I'm kind of feeling like crampish and my back kind of hurts. And she's like, go to hospital. I told her, okay, I'll go on Monday. Those things you just brush off, and you're like, I'll go on Monday. Probably I'm just overthinking. So towards the afternoon, I was so uncomfortable. I could not even eat. I actually was eating and throwing up. So my mom was like, what is wrong with you? What is going on? I told her, I don't know. Probably it's just, I'm probably having a flu or fever. And remember, up to this time, I have not told my parents that I am pregnant. So in the afternoon, we went for a boat ride. We came back. In fact, during the boat ride, I was very calm, and my body seemed to be like cooperating with me. After the boat ride, everything, hell broke loose. The water broke. I did not know it was the water breaking. I was like, what is going on? Those things. And I did not do biology in high school. I did physics. So my biological concepts are all Googled facts. So I was like, oh God, now what is going on? So I tried Googling, nothing. We went to hospital. We went to there was a town center. We bought anti-malarials. I actually threw those up. So I was like, oh God, this whole time, it is not hitting me that my body is just rejecting a baby. I did not know that. That was not what was going on in my mind. So after towards around 8 p.m., I kind of felt now I'm calm, and we were just sitting, drinking tea, talking with my parents, and then boom, I felt the baby come out. My people, I did, and I felt scared for like 5 minutes. I did not speak. I was quiet because I did not know how to react. And then I told my parents, I told my mom I need to go and sleep. So I stood up. Now when I was standing up now, there was blood following me all over the place. So I went to my room, and my mom was like, what is wrong with you? And that is the time I told her, for like the past 4 months I have been pregnant, and I don't know, I think I kind of lost the baby. And my mom kept quiet. Of course, I didn't say it like I am saying it right now, because at that particular moment I was very scared. I was trembling. There was too many mixed feelings. So my mom was scared, and for the first time, that was the second time in my life I saw her drink dry whiskey. Yeah, because the first time she drank dry whiskey was when my late brother died. So that was the second time, and she was like, she was not even getting drunk. So she just looked at me and she helped me out, and she just told me, but why didn't you tell us? And I was like, I was afraid. And it happens to a lot of young women who get pregnant and they don't even know how to break the news to either their partners because they're afraid they're going to be left, or their parents. Especially with the parents, you feel like you're going to disappoint them. And actually, I think at that particular moment I felt like I had disappointed my parents, but in the real sense they were like, you should have told us. Probably this will not have happened. Probably we would have given you special care and attention, but I did not know that. So I was very, very, like, I was all over the place. So after, and I never told the guy responsible, by the way. I never told him. I actually think he came to find out about that on my social media posts. That is when he probably found out, like, late. I think last year was the first time I talked about this story on my social media. And I never, like, that experience was very excruciating. And I know that right now I am saying it sounds very easy, but it's not. And when it happened the second time, it was even harder. Because now it was, it's, have you ever had a wound and then it stabbed the second time? So basically that is how it felt the second time now. Because the second time it was even not even the physical aspect, it was more of the emotional aspect. And I was like, so why does this happen a second time? Like, why? Okay, of course the first time I was not prepared, I was not this and that, but but now the second time, like, what happened? Like, what did I do wrong? Where did I went to hospital? You start asking all those questions. And most of the time we ask these questions, we even ask God, why does this keep happening to me? Why is it that bad things are happening to me? And in this case, to me, I am a good person. But again, the Bible tells us something that God does not test you beyond your ability. You can not be given a test that is beyond you, which means that if God is testing you, He has given you a test, because this test is supposed to be part of your journey, and this journey is because He wants to use your story for His glory. So I don't know, some people who have gone through this, you probably will feel like God left you, God took something away from you. But let me tell you something, God did not take something away from you. God is probably going to replace it with something better, something bigger. So never question that part of your life, because it's a process that you have to go through.